Now you may ask yourself, why wasn't the Canaanite woman, whom Jesus called a dog, offended by what he said? Well, I'm getting ready to give you a little insight on that. So stick around and go get you a cup of coffee or something to drink, and we're going to talk about God and the story behind the Canaanite woman who had a lot of faith. We are in Matthew 15:21 through 28. Now, I got to say this. On this app, a lot of the deconstructing Christians will bring this up, and like Jesus was rude and called a woman a dog, and I've been called a few things in my life, and a female dog is definitely one of them. But anyway, it's the truth. But that's not what Jesus is referring to. But let's read what it says in the scriptures. We're in Matthew 15:21 through 28. Leaving that place, Jesus withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon. A Canaanite woman from the vicinity came to him crying out, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. My daughter is demon-possessed and suffering terribly." Jesus did not answer a word, so his disciples came to him and urged him, "Send her away, for she keeps crying out after us." He answered, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel." The woman came and knelt before him. "Lord, help me," she said. He replied, "It's not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dogs." "Yes, it is, Lord," she said. "Even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table." Then Jesus said to her, "Woman, you have great faith. Your request is granted," and her daughter was healed at that very moment. So Jesus referred to her as, "I'm called to the children, the house of Israel." That was who he was called to. But you see, she recognized him. She had eyes to see who he was, and she called out to him. Now, you have to understand, the Canaanites were greatly influenced by the Egyptians, and the Egyptians worshipped the dog. It was an idol to them. And I can show you a picture right here. So when he said that to her, she didn't take that as a put down. How did she reply? She said, "Even the dogs eat from the master's table." Jesus is called the master, and she had eyes to see that he was her savior and could heal her daughter. They worshiped dogs, but she knew who the true and living God was. And so to her, when he said that, he wasn't referencing her as something beneath what he was offering. He was reaching her with her heart, recognizing what she had worshipped, what had been worshipped in times past through her culture and her people. So to her, when he said that, that was a compliment. And just to take it a step further, dogs are created to be what they call watchdogs. They watch over the flock. I've talked about this before. They are considered a protector. And so that's why the Egyptians worshiped them, because they were a protector. They alert you when there is danger, when something is about to happen, or you have someone near your home, they alert you. So dogs are not considered in this context the way people think. It was actually a compliment. And when he said that to her, she was like, "Yes, it is." Because you have to understand, his own people didn't recognize him, but she did. She could see who he was. And God even gave her gifts to be able to see who he was. And she knew through faith, by only him speaking to her, that her daughter would be made whole and healed. That's why you have to know what the bigger picture is. You got to look a little further than what's written on the page to discover what Jesus was saying and what God is saying in this passage. Anyway, that's the scoop.